This week I'm taking a look at Wolf Hour. That's the latest offering from Jo Nesbø. Now right now, Jo Nesbø and Jussi Adler-Olsen, I think, are the high priests of Nordic noir. Now usually Nesbø is busy making Oslo and the rest of Norway look like the most miserable place on earth. This time, he's hopped across the pond to Minneapolis. Now, I think writing about the U.S. has to be a huge challenge for any foreign author. You know, you can't just sprinkle in some Americanisms, burgers, things like that, and call it a day. You have to actually capture the American atmosphere. I think Jo Nesbø tries his best, and he comes pretty close, but I'm not really sure he completely nailed it. There seems something off. Now, the story. In 2016 in Minneapolis, Detective Bob Oz investigates a sniper shooting linked to a low-level gun dealer named Tomas Gomez. Now, despite suspension for misconduct, Oz obsessively hunts for the killer, or the shooter, the wolf. Now, jump forward to 2022, and a Norwegian writer is researching the 2016 case. At the end of the book, the narratives converge to reveal secrets about trauma, revenge, mistaken identity. Now, the main characters in the book are the usual collection of damaged souls. We've got local detectives who seem one bad day away from a breakdown. And of course, the central figure trying to piece together the puzzle of this shooting is this Detective Bob Oz, who comes across a whole lot like Harry Hole. Now, you also have a really crooked cop and a very solid female detective. Now, Jo Nesbø typically is great at character depth, but here, some of these cops feel a little bit like stereotypes. Now, my verdict on the book. On the plus side, it's got all the ghoulish violence you normally expect with Nordic noir novels. And you've got pretty interesting characters. On the negative side, you've got the book's, what I'll call, obsession with the Second Amendment. Now, I get it. Guns are a big deal in America, but Jo Nesbø leans into his political commentary so hard. It sometimes starts to feel like a lecture rather than a thriller. And then there's this secondary storyline about the 2022 writer. Without spoiling too much, I think it's completely unnecessary. It bloats the narrative, and it adds a layer of soap opera that I think the book just really didn't need. Now, overall, Wolf Hour is a decent enough piece of entertainment if you're a diehard Nesbø fan, which I am, but it's far from his best. It's a little too preoccupied with politics and some side plots. That's it for this week. I'll see you next week.